Lobby group AfriForum have laid charges of corruption and money laundering against former Sports Minister Fikile Mbalula in Pretoria yesterday. And this, of course, follows a complaint by AfriForum to the Public Protector about a deal involving Sedgars Sport, which is a supplier of sport products. And they are alleged to have paid between 300,000 and 680,000 rand in 2017 for the Mbalula family's trip to Dubai. So I'm in conversation right now with Monique Taute of AfriForum. We did approach Minister Mbalula, but he has declined our invitation at this stage. So Monique, let's just try, hopefully third time lucky, as to AfriForum believing that there is actually prima facie evidence to pursue a case. Please talk us through that.
So in 2017, we asked the Public Protector to investigate Mbalula's trip to Dubai. And she then found that he did violate the Constitution and then ordered the NPA to launch an investigation into whether the funds that were used to pay for the trip were proceeds of money laundering. But AfriForum, however, argues that it's not only money laundering, but that Mbalula's conduct also constitutes the crime of corruption.
And what are you basing that on, given the Public Protector's findings in this regard? The Public Protector found that he had violated the Executive Ethics Code and, of course, recommended that the NPA actually go and follow through in that investigation. So what are you basing your charges on?
So basically what happened is that Mbalula visited Dubai without paying for the trip at all and without even knowing how much it would cost. And neither Mbalula or his office made any of the arrangements for the trip. And then months later, when he came back, the debt collectors came knocking at his door. And then he contacted his friend, Yusuf Dokrat, who was a director at Sedgars Sport, for a loan to help him pay for the trip. So the Public Protector actually found that this relationship between Mbalula and Sedgars Sport is inappropriate. And that's why we are saying that it could be corruption as well. And that's why yesterday we decided to go and lay these criminal charges. So
am I correct in saying that, according to what you're saying right now, you are assuming that there was corruption involved? Because this is why the Public Protector actually asked the NPA to do further investigation. Do you know how far that went?
So we have been in contact with the Hawks. And according to our knowledge, there hasn't been taken any steps against Fikile Mbalula yet. So the NPA's failure to prosecute Mbalula under Public Protector's recommendation has compelled AfriForum to lay these charges. We feel that no politician should be seen as above the law, and that it is in the public interest and in the interest of justice that the NPA prosecutes Mbalula without fear, favour or prejudice.
So obviously the investigation still has to be done and it has to be completed. So what hope do you have that this will result in a different outcome?
Well, we hope that the NPA will do their job, actually, and that the case will be investigated, because we believe that Mbalula was unfairly benefited by this relationship with Sedgars Sport. But in the case that the NPA do not take the appropriate steps, AfriForum has our own private prosecution unit, and we will be looking at private prosecution as we believe that there is a prima facie case if you look at the report of the Public Protector.
So as it stands right now, how long are you giving the police, and what will be your next move if that outcome is not satisfactory to AfriForum?
Well, how it works is we have to give them a reasonable time according to the law. But if we see that they are not, or that there's no outcome, there's no steps being taken, then we will approach the NPA to ask them for a decision. If they refuse to take a decision, we can approach the court for a mandamus application to force them to make a decision. And if they decide not to prosecute, we can apply for a nolle prosequi certificate that will enable AfriForum to privately prosecute Mbalula.
Monique Taute, thank you so much for speaking to us this morning, head of AfriForum Unit, talking to us about why AfriForum decided to lay criminal charges against former Sports Minister Fikile Mbalula for that Dubai trip after the Public Protector found him to have unduly benefited from his relationship with Sedgars Sport. And just to reiterate there, Minister Mbalula has since issued a statement, and if I can just take you through that again, and this is what his statement said. says. It says, I take strong exception to the accusation by AfriForum that the public protector found that I had laundered money. There was no such finding. The referral to the NDPP was for completeness of the exercise she was undertaking. This matter revolved around a genuine short-term loan that I got and repaid in full. The public protector ruled that I shouldn't have done so due to perception of conflict, and there was no corruption finding on myself whatsoever. So that statement by Minister Fikile Mbalula with regard to this particular matter. So it's going to be interesting to see where this one goes. We're going to leave it there.